And today I asked the Magic 8 Ball if you guys are going to subscribe to this channel, and the Magic Ball says absolutely. So anyways, the news of this video are going to be the Soneium score. Okay, the Soneium score is an on-chain challenge or on-chain activity event that is going to record every action you do on the Soneium blockchain. So right now we are on season 2 and it's going to end in 20 days, and you have plenty of time to get the minimum amount of points to qualify for the season 2. So long story short, basically you have to score more than 80 points to be able to mint the Soneium batch 2. So if you somehow missed the season 1 from Soneium, is already claimed on the OpenSea NFT marketplace, you still have time because this is just the second season for Soneium. And basically you achieve points by doing the activities on the campaign, for example, using Aave and using other protocols like Kyo Finance and Lootcoin and actually the Soneium Conquest. So it's very easy. Actually, as well, it counts your on-chain activity. Your transactions on Soneium actually give you points, the active days. I mean, the daily check-in that you do on the website, you have to log in every day and it's going to count for another point. Actually, your TVL on the different networks actually is going to help you. As you can see, I have $80,000 here. It's not too much money, but still I got the 80 points, and it's the minimum points to qualify for this season 2, and some NFT collections. Of course, some collections are impossible to get right now. For example, this Soneium OG batch collection, actually not a problem if you're new to this blockchain, because you still can get some of the NFTs by participating actively on the network. So in the previous video, I teach you how to use Kyo Finance. If you didn't watch that video, then look in the description because I already explained how you can duplicate or triplicate your money using this application almost risk-free. Okay, because we're using there in that video a strategy using stablecoins. So if you want to achieve the 80 points threshold, one of the easiest way is to watch the past video where I speak about SEC, because here, if you multiply your deposit amount of money, I mean, if you duplicate your money using this protocol, then that is going to increase your TVL overall in the Soneium score, and then it's going to give you more points. The other easy way to earn points here is using Sonify. Sonify is a decentralized exchange on the Soneium blockchain. It has perpetuals. I mean, you can trade different coins here. You can trade for 100x in mint coins, and you can actually trade stocks here as well. So it's a very complete suite. I mean, you can do a lot of things. Of course, it has low volume. So if you guys are whales, you're probably going to move this market yourself, but still you can earn a lot of money using this application and support these projects on Soneium because they are very good. So in SpotX, it's basically a swap section. Like you can swap coins here just easily. And in earn section, you can basically invest into their pools depending on which market you want to invest. For example, the SPLP for me is the most interesting one because it is where accumulates more money. Then we have here is the 100x for mint coins, and then we have here the option to invest into their stocks. Of course, there is a new section. It doesn't have any fees right now for the moment. So the best one for me is the SPLP 50x token. This is just for passive income. It has auto compound active. So if you supply USDC, for example, you're going to receive SPLP and it's going to increase in value over time. And then we have the NFT that is going to qualify for the Soneium score. I highly recommend you to mint this NFT as soon as possible. And the requisite is actually the criteria is very simple and achievable by anybody because it's just you have to hold 2 living perpetual positions with the size of plus $100 other premium sector. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go here in perpetuals, and also you have the referral sections that you can use my link in the description if you want to help grow this channel a little bit more so I can give you better discounts and better gift to my community, because I want to be one of the first channels, big channels that actually do giveaways to my subscribers, okay, from my own pocket. So to achieve this, I only need your support in all my videos. So hit the like button, subscribe, comment, and use the links in the description. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect my wallet here. It's already connected. And remember that we are going to use Soneium network for this one. And you can supply only USDC. So remember to have some USDC on your wallet. If you don't know how to get USDC in your wallet, wallet, then you can watch my previous video where I teach you how to get USDC and other coins and bridges and stuff. Watch the previous video because it's very complete on how to get started on the Soneium blockchain. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open a short position here very quickly. I'm going to open just $120 here and perpetual. Let's put it on 20 here. Let's approve USDC right quickly. So once you put your money here or the amount of money you want to use, then just approve the USDC and then short Bitcoin. Let's click short. As you can see, this perpetual exchange doesn't use any deposit thing. I mean, it doesn't store your funds. You are always in control of your funds. So I really recommend and like this application. So after that, let's going to open another position. Let's select under the premium batch here. Let's find Ethereum. I guess Ethereum is going to drop a little bit as well, probably here. I don't know, let's check. In Ethereum, I'm going long for this time. So I'm going to, again, use $150 and let's select long Ethereum, long. And that's it. I hold now 2 positions here. Let's hope that this updates with the size. If it doesn't update, just refresh the page. Okay, now we're here. And now that we hold 2 positions with enough money. So I hope I can go to NFT here and then you can mint the NFT. It doesn't cost you anything. Actually, the NFT is free. You only pay transaction fees and you have until 15th of October to mint the NFT. And once you get that, then you go back to perpetuals and then you can close the positions if you want. Now, for the second application that is actually for the Soneium score, we're going to use Kyo Finance. Kyo Finance could be related like the pancake swap of the Soneium blockchain. So this is a decentralized exchange as well on the Soneium blockchain. And then you have here the options to swap. And they have this quite interesting AI-powered one prompt to trade. Actually, how this works is that you put an example like this. For example, I want to exchange 0.1 Ethereum into USDT 0, and then you click enter. And what it's going to do, this AI set is going to set up everything here. So you can just click one button and that's it. It's actually quite interesting and very funny to use, but nothing much fancy here. So the way that we are going to earn money here is by providing liquidity into their pools. Okay, here you have the pools where you can check all the pools they have. And then you have the pool wizards. So if you want to create your own pool, you can do it right here. Then here in the pool section, well, one of the best things that I like from Kyo Finance is that you can deposit correlated token. If you don't understand what a correlation is quite simple. Here in the Llama, if you hit on tools, you can find this tool called correlation metric. And basically what it allows you is to like compare it to coins to see if they are correlated or not. For example, here we have Bitcoin and Ethereum, and as you can see, their correlation score is 0.62. Higher the number here, higher the correlation. And a higher correlation pair means that if Bitcoins, for example, follows up, or if Bitcoin rises in price, then Ethereum is likely to move towards Bitcoin, okay? And also as well, if Ethereum goes up, then Bitcoin is likely to move up. So you're going to try to supply coins that are very correlated. And as an example, you can see that we have pools like Solve BTC and solvebtc.hoop. Basically, these are 2 correlated, highly correlated token because we have 2 Bitcoin, okay, and they have almost the same value. So this is a very safe option to deposit. And as you can see, the APR is 0.1% plus you farm higher credit points per day, depending on the amount of money that you put in here. Then we have Aster, WST Aster. This is a liquid token of Aster token. As you can see, it's very correlated because it's actually the same token. And it has 4% API plus 50.1 higher credit points per day. So and as you can see here, we have correlated section. This one is the safest bet if you don't know how to do yield farming on Soneium or in the Web3 space. The strategy here is very simple. What you're going to farm or what you're going to look is for the best higher credit farms. For example, this one pays a lot. This one, the Solve Ethereum pays decent, and you have this one that is very correlated. We have WBTC, is the BTC tokenized version on the layer 2 blockchains, and then we have Solve BTC that is actually another liquid token from Solve Finance. And you can see this APR is very interesting because we have 62% in API and we're farming 242.1 Kyo credits per day. Actually, this is insane, to be honest. So select any pool you want. For example, let's say we are going to supply this money here. We're going to supply BTC and Solve BTC. Then select the price range here. Then you can see arrow is 10% APR. This is insane for Bitcoin, guys. Or if you want to go bet, or if you want to go safe, just go to passive, and then you're going to farm the Kyo credits. But also you're going to earn passively 62% in Bitcoin. This is insane. Of course, the trading volume is quite low at the moment, and the trading fees is low at the moment, but still you're farming Kyo credit points. So it's actually a very good bet to use. So you select your price range, then we click here the amount of WBTC that we want to put. For example, I want to put this amount just for the example of this video. Hit the option keep amounts proportional, and then click on create position. It's going to ask you for 3 transactions on your wallet. The first one is the allowance on WBTC, then dissolve BTC, and then it's going to proceed to add the liquidity. So when you do that, you're going to see that it's success. And now we have our position here in portfolio. So to view your positions and to see how many credit points you have, you can go to portfolio here, and then you can see the amount of points that you have. And here you can see the positions you have. Here you can see the rewards. Of course, this position is going to give you some BTC coins, so you can farm BTC passively here. And then if you want to just get out of the pool, if you want to close the pool, then just click on the pool here. And then after that, you can click on remove liquidity, and you can remove anything, deposit coins here, and then you're going to receive all your coins back to your wallet. If you want to add more liquidity, then just hit add liquidity, and then just, add the money there. Remember that one of the most important things is to farm the Kyo credit points, because when the Kyo token launches anytime, then they're going to see our amount of points, and then we're going to get the free money just by earning money on the Soneium blockchain. The other project that is actually contributing for your Soneium points is going to be Untitled Bank. And this is a very simple, straightforward application. So here you just go to earn section, select the coin that you want to deposit. For example, Solve BTC or USDC is the most profitable one. Then just click on USDC, select supply, and then just deposit the amount that you want to supply. For example, $1,000, click approve, and that's it. It's going to earn you 10% per year. Actually, very good. For the amount of tokens and the amount of money and the amount of time that you let your money work here, you're going to farm U points. So as you can see here, they have this fact section that says that U point is the point system that the Untitled Bank determines your location in our future token airdrop. You earn 1 U point per $100 deposit on the Earn Bank, and 4 U points for each $100 borrowed. So they pay you 4 times the amount of points if you borrow money, actually. And we can use a different strategy here, combining Kyo Finance and Untitled Bank to be able to farm more points. So here in the borrow section, let me just remove the black thing. Here you see, if we deposit, for example, USDC as collateral, we can get Ethereums. And as you can see, their net API is quite low. So you can actually borrow a lot of money here and get a lot of points. So for example, if you want to do a strategy, just go here, go to new positions. Then you're going to go here to actions. Okay. And then we're going to deposit USDC. So click there and click start. Then here you're going to deposit, for example, $100, and then click approve. Then grant permission so they can stake your USDC into the platform. And now click deposit. So it's very important to know that you're not going to earn too much API for supplying tokens. As you can see, the amount here is very low, but the borrow API is very low as well. 0.03% is actually very low. But what you can do is go to Kyo Finance using the link in the description. And as you can see, the supply, you can supply Ethereum here. And as you can see, the net API is higher than the Untitled Bank interest rate. So even though this is a very low API on Ethereum, you're going to get positive returns. So you You can pay the interest and actually make money. And also you're supplying USDC there, you are borrowing Ethereum, you are farming U points, and in Kyo Finance, you are going to use those Ethereums that you borrow, and then you're going to supply those Ethereums here, and then you're going to farm Kyo points. So you are farming 2 airdrops at the same time passively, because you don't actually have to do anything else. So to borrow Ethereum, just click this button, then click start. So now that we deposit some in USDC, we can just put 0.1 cents here to be able to borrow these Ethereums, because we are already using 100 USDC as collateral. So approve and then receive the Ethereums. As you can see, these Ethereums are free somehow because we are using our USDC as collateral. Then I repeat, with those W Ethereums, you can go here to the supply section on the Kyo Finance and then deposit those Ethereums and earn money. And at the same time, farm Kyo points and U point. The other application that is very interesting to use is SynStation. This is another Soneium approved application. So this application is a prediction website game, where you predict what is going to happen in the next days or with a recent event or news. For example, here we have this event called how much will Trump or Liberty Finance token sell by the end of whatever, by the end of 2025. Then you can see if it's going up or down. Then you, for example, if you think that it's going down by the end of 2025, which I believe it's going to happen because WLFI token is actually, it has different vesting periods. So many people is going to sell the token to be able to profit. So I think it's going down. So I believe I'm going to put here down. And then what you're doing is actually you're buying a token, okay, based on your position. And if you win, then you get a lot of returns. So it's actually quite like gambling or some style of application, but it's very interesting. For example, let's select this one, like will sub flip Ethereum in 2025? I believe it won't. So I'm going to put, for example, $100. We click approve, then we click buy now. So what this does, actually, it creates a kind of token or meme token based on the options you provide. For example, in this event, the question is, will soft flip Ethereum in 2025? The answer is no, of course. Then we have 2 options, yes and no. And what the application is doing is it's creating and minting yes tokens and no token. Okay. So if you win, of course, probably you're going to receive more money when the campaign ends. Okay, in this case, the campaign ends on 31 of December, of course, the end of the year, and then you can sell your position for profit. That's how it works. And if you win your predictions, you're going to farm points. That's going to be the SynStation token that you're going to receive. And actually, for your actions in this application, you're going to farm Soneium score points for the Soneium Season 2 batch. And the last application is going to be Velodrome. Velodrome is another very respectable decentralized application on the Soneium blockchain, but it's not only related to Soneium, it's actually multi-chain. You can invest in different chains and stuff. You can earn trading fees by just depositing your money here. And in this position, you are farming 90% APR, guys. This is a lot. So Velodrome to work is very simple. You just have to go to liquidity, and then you can find all the pools and all the tokens that you can invest. In this case, what we have to do is click here where it says chains, and you're going to select Soneium, and then you're going to find all the pools from Soneium. So if you're new here, if you don't know how actually farm, the best way to find the most profitable farms is by clicking on the fees. So you click here on fees, and you can see that the pool that is getting the most volume here is W Ethereum and USDC. Okay, it has actually a lot of volume here and a good amount of TVL. So you click here and then you select the price range, for example, full or ALM, automatic liquidity management. Actually, this is the easiest way if you don't want to actually care about how to manage your position. For example, if you're a newbie, if you don't know anything, or you don't want to lose money, or you don't want to be in permanent loss, then I highly suggest you to use ALM. because what it does is that it gives your position to a third-party app called Melo. So Melo is in charge of managing your position at Velodrome automatically. You didn't have to do anything. The cost of this is actually 10% of your earnings goes to Melo, and the 90% goes back to you. Actually, I think this is a very good option here for newbies. So you have to do is click here and then deposit the amount of money that you want to invest. For example, let's say $1,000, then you have to provide this amount of Ethereum, and you click deposit with ALM, and then you're going to earn 80% APR plus fees plus Velo tokens plus Soneium score points. So it's very easy. If you know what you're doing, then just click any option here. For example, 50% or 8%. Actually, as you can see, the liquidity is quite concentrated here, but I will move this like this. Let's increase this one and let's increase this one. I believe this option is much better. It's much safest because we can see that it's more liquidity here. So once you select that, then just hit the amount of tokens that you want to invest. For example, this amount of USDC and this amount of tokens, deposit, and then you will be farming Ethereum, USDC, and actually Velo token. Oh, I almost forgot about this application called Lootcoin. This one is actually very interesting because Lootcoin is an application where it's a game, and gamified mining option. You will mine the Lootcoin, okay? And the amount of loot coins available right now is 21 million loot coins, exactly like Bitcoin. So they want to gamify and create a token gamified using the same principle of the Bitcoin network. So it's quite interesting. So you can go to the link in the description and you basically just connect your wallet. You have to pay $20 to mint this character here and to be able to participate in this airdrop. So once you mint your character, then all you have to do is click claim daily, and then you're going to receive points. Okay, these points, I believe it's going to be for the game itself. It's not going to be for the loot tokens. I don't know exactly, but hey, it's just 3 seconds clicking on a button and claim the point. So for doing that, we are already increasing our point score in the season 2 of Soneium. Remember, guys, to actually follow me and hit the subscribe button and follow my social networks so you don't miss anything. See you on the next time.